Could an infant, guarded for 14 days, be a complete fabrication? As the succession war plunges the Black Whale into a terrifying escalation of Nen curses and royal assassinations, the true Prince Wubble has vanished without a trace. Beyond Netero has weaponized his own children into living time bombs, each carrying a lethal, incurable malice. With the body count rising, the return of two long-lost legends is the world's last hope. 12 years of silence have been more than a hiatus. They have been the calculated calm before a geopolitical and supernatural storm. As the Black Whale One cuts through the isolation of the known world, the Kakin succession war has escalated into a state of special martial law, where Nen is no longer a tool of discovery, but a refined engine of regicide. At stake is not only the Kakin bloodline, but the containment of the 5 great calamities, ecological disasters capable of ending human civilization itself. Recent revelations have shattered every foundation. A decoy prince, a Nen curse, so potent even the world's greatest exorcists are powerless, and a grander conspiracy tied to a journey beyond the human realm. This is the ultimate convergence of Yoshihiro Togashi's deconstructionist philosophy, where strategic brilliance and absolute risk blur the line between hunter and prey. The pieces are moving toward a confrontation decades in the making, and with the unprecedented return of 2 legendary figures, the endgame has finally begun. Imagine a creator who deliberately submits stick figure sketches to weekly Shonen Jump yet still sells 84 million copies. This isn't a failure of discipline, it is the calculated defiance of Yoshihiro Togashi, a man already a legend for Yu Yu Hakusho. On March 3, 1998, he launched Hunter x Hunter, a series designed to systematically dismantle every shonen trope he helped define, rooted in his obsessions with tabletop RPGs and his son's Pokémon card collection. Think about this, Hunter x Hunter has serialized for over 26 years, yet it holds only 400 chapters. Togashi has navigated hiatuses lasting 1090 days and 1400 days, driven by debilitating chronic back pain that often forces him to draw while lying on the floor. In an industry demanding relentless weekly perfection, he prioritizes narrative pacing and intricate dialogue over visual polish, treating the initial magazine release as a mere storyboard draft for the final volumes. You see the result of this uncompromising vision in Gone Freaks. What begins as a pure-hearted quest to find his father, Ging, evolves into a harrowing deconstruction of the hero. Togashi strips away the safety of the shonen protagonist, showing you a boy willing to sacrifice his body and future for vengeful rage. This is a world where the line between humans and monsters, like the Chimera and King Meruem, blurs until it disappears entirely. But to understand how this story survives years of silence, you must look at the invisible engine driving its complexity, the most intricate power system ever conceived. The countdown clock is ticking on the Black Whale One. Only 5 minutes remain before first Prince Benjamin declares special martial law, transforming the vessel into a legal slaughterhouse designed to secure his ascension. His private army is already in motion, initiating a clinical, brutal campaign of regicide using terrifying Nen abilities. Kanjit Dol, one of his loyalists, is systematically executing staff members in the lower decks. Think about the strategic chaos unfolding. The 7th Prince Luzurus, sober for the first time in the entire succession war, frantically orders his drug supply burned, desperately trying to deny Benjamin any excuse for an arrest. Meanwhile, outside Prince Hulkenberg's room, an assassin named Yusoshi prepares a stinger ball from his Stand By Me ability. This Hatsu is a death sentence, attaching to a target and killing anyone who moves more than 20 meters from the user, a tactical nightmare with no escape. Benjamin's offensive is a masterclass in calculated cruelty. His subordinate, Chamashi, utilizes King of Men, a manipulation-type ability that grants a volunteer total invincibility. But the cost is staggering. Once the shield drops, the user enters a forced Zetsu state for 100 times the duration of the protection, followed by a recoil of 1/3 of the negated damage. It is a suicide mission dressed as a strategy, perfectly illustrating the extreme lengths the princes will go. As this bloody game intensifies, a chilling truth about Kurapika's mission is about to shatter his resolve. For 14 grueling days, Kurapika has risked his life, sacrificing his sleep and sanity, all to protect an innocent infant. Now the devastating truth crashes down. The child in his arms is a lie. The 14th Prince Wubble is an impostor, nothing more than Queen Oito's nephew used as a biological shield. The real prince has vanished, and not even her own mother knows where she is. Imagine the psychological blow. The deception runs so deep that even the maid, Shimano, kept the secret despite discovering the baby was a boy while changing a diaper, hinting at a wider network of manipulation. Kurapika, who swore his life to the child, is now guarding a ghost while the true heir is lost somewhere on a ship of 200,000 people. The initial premise of his mission has been fundamentally undermined, leaving him in an impossible position. Think about the tactical implications. The legitimacy of the succession, Kurapika's entire purpose, has dissolved into a labyrinth of hidden agendas and dangerous secrets. He's operating in the dark, his intelligence compromised by a queen desperate enough to swap her own child for a decoy. This brutal revelation doesn't just complicate his mission, it shatters its very foundation, forcing him to re-evaluate every move, every ally, and every threat. But the discovery of the fake wobble is merely the first layer of a far more sinister plot, one engineered by a master manipulator from the shadows. The deception of the impostor prince is just one cruel twist in a far grander, more terrifying scheme. Beyond Nitero, the notorious explorer and son of the former Hunter Association chairman Isaac Nitero, has unleashed a Nen curse described by elite exorcists as the most powerful in existence. This isn't just a hex, it's a terminal program designed to systematically kill the Kakin princes, all to clear the path for Beyond's own secret heir and his desperate quest for the Dark Continent. Imagine the chilling resolve of a man willing to use his own family as cannon fodder. Beyond has transformed his illegitimate children into walking time bombs, planting these potent Nen curses within them. They are living weapons activated to ensure the regicide continues, and their effects are so interwoven with the victim's life force that even the world's greatest Nen exorcists cannot unravel their threads. This makes the curse functionally incurable, a death sentence with no known antidote. Think about the sheer depth of this malice. Even Bill, Kurapika's fellow guard and a secret plant for Beyond, chose to defect, declaring the plan too gross to follow. Bill, originally a coward hoping to hide from the bloodshed, was moved by Kurapika's selfless commitment to an impossible mission. But Beyond's willingness to use his children as disposable pawns was the line he could not cross. The potential connection to 4th Prince Tserinich, who learned Nen basics in a single day and radiates pure evil, suggests he might be one of these secret heirs, further escalating the danger. As this lethal curse tightens its grip, Kurapika faces an impossible dilemma. Kurapika is trapped in a tactical nightmare, a tree of problems where every solution spawns two new crises. He is guarding a phantom prince, while the real 14th Prince Wobble is missing somewhere amidst 200,000 people. Simultaneously, he must detect Nen fluctuations vibrating through the room, signs of Beyond Netero's incurable curse closing in on the fake Wobble. His original mission has fragmented into multiple equally lethal objectives. Imagine the pressure on a single hunter. Kurapika must now weigh the use of his stealth dolphin, the ability of his index finger chain to steal Beyond's power, or even the curse itself. This is a desperate gamble, knowing that if he fails to meet the activation requirements, the cost will be his life. He is now sworn to protect two children, one in his arms, the other a ghost, all while being hunted by a curse that cannot be removed, and navigating a ship where everyone is a potential enemy or pawn. Think about the profound isolation. His only ally, Bill, initially served Beyond, exposing a deeper layer of infiltration and betrayal. Despite Bill's defection, Kurapika is still virtually alone, carrying the weight of multiple lives and the burden of deciphering a conspiracy designed by the world's most cunning minds. As the Black Veil One descends further into chaos, he prepares for a regime change that could topple the Kakin monarchy. But just when hope seems lost, after a 12-year silence, two familiar figures are about to emerge from the narrative shadows, and their arrival changes everything. For 12 years, two of the most iconic figures in anime history simply vanished from their own narrative. This wasn't just a hiatus, it was a testament to Yoshihiro Togashi's meticulous, often agonizingly slow, storytelling. Killua Zoldyck, last seen soaring with Aluka in Chapter 339, and Gonfreach, who hasn't appeared since his devastating encounter with Pitto in Chapter 345, were ghosts in their own story. Imagine the real-world wait, 4,380 days, over a decade, for any hint of their return. Togashi, known for his cryptic communication, slowly began seeding this long-awaited homecoming. In 2024, while ostensibly working on Chapter 414, he tweeted a subtle, ambiguous illustration that hardcore fans immediately interpreted as gone. It was a breadcrumb, a whisper across the silence, sparking a frenzy of speculation. Think about the power of a single, almost imperceptible detail. By February 2026, sketches for Chapter 428 circulated, revealing the unmistakable outline of a matured Gon's jawline. It was definitive. The boy who could no longer use Nen and the assassin traveling the world were finally stepping back into the frame. This wasn't a sudden plot device, it was a carefully orchestrated return, designed to reset the board at the most critical moment. Their imminent re-entry into the Kakin succession war promises to shatter the existing power dynamics. But their current statuses are starkly different from when we last saw them. The silence is finally broken. After 12 years, Killua Zoldyck and Gonfreach are officially back, but they are not the boys we remember. Killua, last seen in Chapter 339, now travels with Aluka, the host of Nanika, an entity confirmed as one of the 5 Great Calamities AI. This gives Killua literal reality warping power, a reset button that could purge the Nen curses suffocating the Kakin princes. He bears the weight of immense power, a burden he swore never to use for his own gain, especially not by treating his sister as a tool. Imagine the stark contrast with Gon. Absent since chapter 345 in 2014, Gon Freeze stands as a protagonist stripped of his core ability. His devastating encounter with Pitou, a culmination of rage and self-sacrifice, left him unable to utilize his aura. He is functionally a normal human in a world where gods are dying, a hunter who cannot hunt in the traditional sense. His return challenges every shonen trope, forcing him to confront a war of Nen masters without his greatest weapon. Think about the implications of this reunion. Kurapika, facing inevitable death and beyond Netero's most powerful curse, has called upon the only two friends he trusts more than himself. He needs Killua's unprecedented power, but he also needs Gon's unwavering moral compass and unique perspective. These boys are no longer naive children, they are wild cards in a war of kings, one wielding ultimate power, the other navigating ultimate vulnerability. Their immediate path is clear: find the missing Prince Wubble, a quest that could lead them to the world's most dangerous unregulated zone. Kurapika's desperate mission to find the real 14th Prince Wubble now hinges on Gon and Killua. But how do they reach a ship already thousands of miles at sea, locked down by special martial law and teeming with Nen users? The answer lies in a relic from their past: Greed Island, the infamous Nen-based game. Killua, having already mastered the game's intricate mechanics during their pursuit of Gon's father, holds the key. Imagine the strategic brilliance of this callback. Killua can secure an accompany card, a powerful game item that allows a player to teleport directly to a master who has previously cast the Leave spell. His target, Biscuit Kruger, their former Nen teacher, who is currently stationed on the Black Whale as a body double for the Queen, protecting the other princes. This ingenious plan allows Killua to bypass all physical barriers, placing him directly into the heart of the succession war. The first step, however, is not to the Black Whale. The path leads first to the shadows of Meteor City, the lawless dumping ground of the world where the real 14th Prince Wubble is likely hidden. This forgotten city is not just a place of refuge for a lost royal, it is also the burgeoning stronghold of a monster from Gon's past, setting the stage for an inevitable collision. As Gon and Killua prepare to re-enter the chaotic world of hunters, a darker shadow is moving in the periphery, one that Yoshihiro Togashi prophesied over a decade ago. Gyro, the enigmatic figure the narrator destined Gon to meet back in chapter 204, is rebuilding his empire. This isn't just a returning villain. He is a king of the underworld, reborn as a chimera ant, with his human malice and memories horrifyingly intact. Imagine the absolute evil of a man who, even after being reborn into a new species, retains his original corrupt consciousness. Gyro is not just a threat, he is a philosophical counterpoint to Gon, a being of pure, unadulterated hatred who seeks to create a nation of villains in Meteor City. While the Kakin princes fight amongst themselves on the Black Whale, Gyro is establishing a new paradigm of global threat, one that could rival the Ant King Meruem in its capacity for destruction. Think about the magnitude of this impending collision. Gon, now without his Nen, is walking directly into the path of a monster he was always meant to confront. This isn't a random encounter. It is a destiny hinted at hundreds of chapters ago, a long-game narrative that highlights Togashi's unparalleled foresight. The boys are no longer just seeking a missing prince, they are on a collision course with a reborn nightmare, whose ambitions extend far beyond Meteor City. As the pieces fall into place, the true endgame tied to the Forbidden Lands finally begins to reveal itself. The stage is set for an endgame that stretches beyond regicide and political power. The return of Killua, accompanied by Oluka, isn't just a narrative convenience, it's the introduction of a game-changer of cosmic proportions. Oluka's mysterious entity, Nanika, has been confirmed as AI, one of the 5 terrifying great calamities originating from the Dark Continent. Killua holds the literal reset button for the Nen curses currently suffocating the Kakin princes, but at what cost? Imagine the ethical tightrope Killua walks. Using Nanika to purge Wubble's curse or aid the princes would force him to break his sacred vow, never to treat his sister as a mere tool. Yet the fate of the Kakin bloodline, and potentially the charted world, might depend on that very transgression. Meanwhile, the 49-day countdown to the succession's end ticks down relentlessly, driving the plot toward an inevitable conclusion on the Black Whale and the eventual terrifying journey to the Dark Continent. Think about the ultimate stakes. Beyond Netero's goal has always been the Dark Continent, a forbidden land teeming with unspeakable dangers and untold treasures. His manipulating the succession war, deploying his own children as time bombs, all to facilitate his expedition. The boys are no longer children, they are the wild cards in a war of kings, on the cusp of confronting global threats that could end humanity. As Gon and Killua step back into the spotlight, They are heading towards a confrontation, decades in the making, and the true horrors of Togashi's world are finally about to be unveiled. Hunter X Hunter began as a simple search for a father, but it has evolved into an epic struggle to preserve innocence and navigate impossible moral dilemmas. From Kurapika choosing a child's life over his personal revenge to Bill refusing to be Beyond's monstrous spawn, the journey has shifted from finding power to bearing its unbearable weight. As the boys return, their personal growth yields to the raw imperative of survival. If Kurapika compels Killua to use Nanika to purge Wobble's curse, is he truly saving a prince, or forcing his friend to break his most sacred vow to never treat his sister as a tool?